Hi and welcome to Craft with Hayley. Today's video is a bonus project and this bonus project I'm going to show you how to make a magic slider card. This is something I've been doing with my customers this week in a face-to-face class, and they really enjoyed it. I've done some posts on it on my blog and Facebook, which hopefully you've seen, and lots of ladies have asked how to make it, so I thought I would make a video and show you guys first as a bonus project. So this is a magic slider card using the Awesomely Artistic. So yet again, I'm just going to stress this is a bonus project, so you haven't got the stuff to make this, but obviously you've got the stamp set and hopefully you've got some card at home. Being a crafter, you never know, and then you could have a go at it yourself. Okay, so we're going to start with a card blank, and the card blank I'm using is mint macaron, and this is 5.5 by 8.5 inches scored at 4 1/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to whiz that through my big shot and take a square out. Okay, I'm going to then make a square with my framelets with the next size up, and actually I'm doing this a bit too quickly, but that's okay because my glue won't dry that quickly. So what I'm going to do is randomly stamp it first all over, just to add a bit of interest as well. I'm just going to stick that over the top like so. Okay, and then that's it for that. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Okay, I'm next going to grab my white piece of card. Now this measures 4 inches by 7.5 inches, and that's scored at 3 3/4 inches. So I'm then just going to punch using my word window through the middle of this. And the important thing is that my sliding element can fit through, and yes, I can see that will fit through quite easily, so that's fine. So the next two bits, I'm going to pop that to one side as well. So the next two bits I'm going to use are a piece of acetate. Now this acetate is actually an acetate photo filter, and this is from the Let's Get Away accessory Project Life pack. I love it because it adds a bit of colour. They come in lots of different colours and bits and pieces, but they're quite effective either on photos or like I'm using here in a card. And a piece of white Whisper white cardstock, exactly the same size, and these are 3 by 4 because obviously the Project Life is all 3 by 4. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that to one side and grab my stamp and my Stampin' Majig. Now this is the important part that needs to stay. You need to try and get these two as accurate as you possibly can. So let's pop this on here. I've already inked up my Stampin' Majig, so I know it's going to be where I want it to be. I'm going to pop that there. And then using my StazOn, I'm just going to ink up my stamp. Okay, and stick that straight down. Give it a nice stamped image straight down, but it brings the... Oh, that's not very good. Guess what we're going to do? Card's got two sides, so it's absolutely fine. So I've used my grid paper there. I'm lining it up on the grid paper as well as the Stampin' Majig. I knew where both were, so I didn't move this. That's why I knew it was okay to just restamp. Okay, so that's looking a bit better, isn't it? That's clear. Okay, now I want to do exactly the same again with my acetate sheet. Okay, so again, I'm just inking up with my StazOn. And I want to go straight down, straight up on the acetate and pull it away. Okay, there we go. So those, hopefully, if I've stamped them correctly, should be in the same place. So yeah, you can see that's pretty good. Okay, so yeah. So I want to take the white piece away now, and I want to colour it in. So as if by magic, here's one I did earlier. Okay, now obviously that wasn't quite in exactly the same place as I was doing it earlier, because if it wasn't exactly the same place, it would have worked out, but it hasn't. So if by any chance you misstamp or you've stamped it earlier and it doesn't quite line up, you can cut the side off if you need to, just so that it lines up. The important thing is that it does line up perfectly. Okay, so very quickly, all I want to do now is punch out a circle. And I'm going to fold that in half, and I want to add some glue dots. So I'm going to add some glue dots to either side in here. So it's nice and secure. I'm going to do 2 glue dots on each side. Okay, pop that there. When I'm happy this is as accurate and on top of each other as it's going to be, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to stick that down nice and quickly. Stick it right the way down. Okay, there we go. And pop that to one side for when I need it in a minute. I'm going to work on the mechanism of the card next. So I want to fold that up so I know where it is. And then this is going to be the secret panel. And that's going to go on here. So I need to make sure that when it's closed, all we can see is white. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. If you want to be 100% accurate when you take it away to glue it, you can always pop. Yeah, and I'm going to use a bit of Tombow. Pop a couple of little pencil marks if you want to. You could measure it, but that's as accurate as I get for those of you that know me. Okay, oh, splodged that down a bit, didn't I? Good job, it's going to get closed anyway, so it won't matter. Okay, so yeah, that's still okay. So when that goes through, I'm going to have one either side, which is great. Ooh. Okay, so that's going down to about here. Yeah, that works. I just want to check that the mechanism of the card works. It does, just about, although I might want to move it across slightly because my acetate was a bit crooked, wasn't it? So we might want it a bit more that way. That's it. So that's, you can't see that, so that's about where I want it. So the centre of that circle is roughly there. So what I want to do now is punch out some grab marks from here. Okay, so once you've done one grab mark, you can turn it over and punch out the other side through it so that you know that they're in the same place. Okay. Next I'm going to use some tape and tear, or tear and tape. And I'm just going to stick that either side here ready so that when I want to tear it off and stick it down, I'm ready to go. Okay. I'm pressing that because it's a bit like the red tape, it's pressure released. Ooh, let's stick that, so we want one either side. Perfect. Yep, that's looking good. Yep, okay, so I'm quite happy with that, so I can take my strip tape away. Okay, so it's down nice and flat. Okay, all that leaves me to do is just decorate the front a little bit. So I've pre-prepared a couple of bits. So I've stamped the friend to add down in this corner, and I've also stamped and glittered a couple of dragonflies because I just think they're super cute, so why not? Okay, one's quite cute, but I've done 3, so let's put 3 on there. Can you see me doing the one thing I say to people not to do? If you're hovering, you don't need it. But I've done them anyway, so, oh, that's a nice view of my arm, sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so that's the view of it shut, and that's the view of it open. Okay, so that's really good. And I've done exactly the same thing that I've done in my first video, which is forget to add in the strip at the bottom. If you don't add in a strip, what happens is that can come all the way out. Done the same thing again. I can't believe I've done it. I've just videoed this a second time to try and stop myself from doing that. Okay, so what you need to add at the bottom is a thin strip. Oh, I can't believe I've done that again. To the very bottom of the card that is wider than the other piece. Okay, so I'm just going to add that there. Make sure that's stuck. Okay, now obviously this is a lot easier when it's already in the card, but if you haven't done it and you forget like me, you can just slide it in. Okay, and so when you fix the mechanism, it'll slide in and out nice and easily like that. and slide back in again. Okay, and it'll stop it being able to be pulled out completely. So now I've told you that I filmed it twice, I might as well show you the purple version as well. So here's the purple version, and again, there's that one finished off as well. Okay, so hopefully you enjoy those and enjoy making them. Don't forget to share. Thanks, bye.